Official premiere date for the new morning show, Good Morning Sandhills, has been announced today, and we'll be talking about it and reviewing the top stories from 2017 on today's edition of Live at 5. Richmond County's nightly news starts right now. Good evening and welcome to the first edition of Live at 5 of 2018. I'm Kelsey Roche, and tonight's show is brought to you by Harrington Funeral Home. Located in Hamlet, Harrington Funeral Home is committed to each family's total care. Harrington Funeral Home has been in business for nearly 90 years. Visit them online at harringtonfuneralhome.com. Now let's get right to it now for tonight's top stories. Good Morning Sandhills, the flagship morning program owned and produced by the Richmond Observer, will debut on Monday, January 22nd, 2018. The show will be co-hosted by Lance Jenkins, Sierra McQueen, a radio morning show veteran who most recently co-hosts a radio morning show in Charleston, South Carolina. McQueen is a native of Richmond County and has worked with all three major radio stations in Richmond County, including G104 FM, WAYN, and WLWL. Good Morning Sandhills air every morning, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 8 a.m. and will feature an opportunity for residents and listeners of Richmond County and for the greater Sandhills region to call in live on the program and announce local events, birthdays, anniversaries, and also opinions on what is being talked about that day. As of today, the show will be available live each morning on the free-to-download Richmond Observer app for Apple and Android devices, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and the TuneIn radio app for Apple and Android devices, and of course, richmondobserver.com. The Richmond Observer and its parent company are also currently working with a local radio station in Richmond County to air the program as a simulcast, but has yet to release information on the start date of the simulcast. Like all the Richmond Observer's content, Good Morning Sandhills will be free to listen to and enjoy. The phone number for live call-ins will be announced in the coming weeks, along with special guests slated for the premiere episode. The Richmond Observer, which released its first edition on July 1st, 2017, is now read by nearly 6,000 unique readers each day. Live at 5 is watched across all mediums by over 2,000 viewers per day, and the Richmond Observer app has been downloaded on nearly 12,000 phones and tablets throughout the Sandhills region. With that in mind, today the RO released its top read news and sports stories in 2017. The most read news stories of the year that most affected communities surround the double murder in Ellery that ultimately led to the arrest of Christopher Robson. We remember this tragic incident and the families that were affected and continue to offer our prayers to the family for comfort and healing, what we are sure continues to affect the loved ones of the victims. The top sports story of the year was undoubtedly the masterpiece the Lady Raider volleyball team put together. A perfect 25-0 season, including a 22-0 regular season and a clean sweep in the conference tournament to win the SAC conference title. You can read the full story on richmondobserver.com or on the RO app. Now with college football with Lance and Russell when we return.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
Family Pharmacy is a local pharmacy that's been in business in Rockingham for over 10 years. Located in the Food Lion Shopping Center on US 1 North, we have easy access into the store and a drive-thru for your convenience as well. You can download the official Family Pharmacy app at myfamilypharmacy.com, and we'll help you set it up to text you when your prescription is ready, and you can even set it up to fill your prescriptions when due. Our motto is we'll treat you like family, and it's something we truly mean. We take the same care in filling your prescription that we would take for our own family. Family Pharmacy, we'll treat you like family.
At Richmond Community College, we can prepare you for a high-skill, high-paying career in a variety of fields. From business to education, engineering, utilities, healthcare, criminal justice, information technology, and human services. At Richmond Community College, we can save you thousands of dollars on tuition through our university transfer programs that provide a seamless transition to universities and colleges throughout North Carolina. At Richmond Community College, we are always developing new courses and programs in response to the communities we serve. We offer day, evening, and online courses, and you can now complete 5 curriculum programs entirely online. At Richmond Community College, we believe in helping you prepare for a better life. Richmond Community College. Local college, big impact.
And welcome back to Live at 5. I'm Lance Jenkins in studio today for the College Football Roundup. And of course, I'm excited to be joined by our executive producer and college football analyst, Russell Parker. Russell, by the way, got it exactly right talking about the national title game. Alabama and Georgia will both play in the national title game this upcoming Monday in Atlanta. And that's exactly what you said. How'd you know that?
Let's see. I know a little bit about some Alabama and Georgia football.
So yes, you do. Clearly, you do. And of course, Georgia in the Rose Bowl defeated Oklahoma 54-48, as you see on the screen, and it did it in dramatic fashion. They came back from down 17 points. So you saw Georgia winning this game. Were you ever concerned when they were down 17 that they weren't going to come back and get it done?
I was a little bit, because Oklahoma actually surprised me a little bit how they opened up the first 2 drives of the game with back-to-back touchdowns. I really thought Oklahoma might actually start walking away from it, but Georgia, they get into it very slowly. It takes them a while to get something going. By halftime, they were really firing on all cylinders. So
yeah, well, that's a good point you bring up, because Georgia tried to get back into the Auburn game, but they never really could get into it. It was a little too late. But this time it wasn't. They got the job done against the Oklahoma team. Oklahoma lost, but how do you feel about Oklahoma? Are they a legitimate team?
yeah, I think they are. I actually thought they were a little overrated coming into the playoffs, but they actually done pretty good. They definitely impressed me. And they went into, what was it, triple overtime?
Double overtime.
Double overtime. First time in Rose Bowl in playoff history
that
an overtime happened in that game. So I've got a lot of respect to them. They've done very well against Georgia. Just come up short.
Well, and of course Baker Mayfield had a good season overall, won the Heisman Trophy, but he will not be in the national title game. Georgia, the Bulldogs move on, and of course Oklahoma has a very young head coach. He's only 34 years old, Lincoln Riley, who took over kind of late in the offseason. Bob Stoops didn't actually retire until July, and of course Lincoln Riley comes in and takes his team to the college football playoff. That is an accomplishment, especially for a young head coach like that.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly an accomplishment. Georgia, though, moving on, they win the Rose Bowl game 54-48. And then, of course, the All-State Sugar Bowl last night, a rematch of the last two college football playoff championship games. Of course, 2 years ago, Alabama won the national championship. Last year, Clemson won. So in a game that would decide the tiebreaker, if you will, between these two teams, Alabama gets the job done 24-6. And I bet you're a little excited.
Oh, very. I'm going to say roll tide on that one there.
Well, and of course, they didn't even score a touchdown, Clemson didn't. Is Alabama's defense that good, or was Clemson off last night?
I'm not sure Clemson was quite ready for Alabama's defense. The defense was really, really good last night, but the offense was not that great. I think they could have done a lot better on the offensive side for Alabama. Clemson, though, I just don't think they were just simply not ready for Alabama's defense. They were spot on all night.
Absolutely, and of course, Clemson, was down 10-3 at the half. Dabo Swinney said at the end of the first half that he was actually surprised that the Tigers were only down a touchdown. And what he was saying really is that not that Alabama was that much better than Clemson, but that they had played that much better than Clemson in the first half of that game. Never really got any better. Tigers only scored 3 points in the second half. Does Alabama dominate like that over Georgia in the national title game?
I don't think it'll be dominating. I think we'll see a game sort of like what we're seeing with Oklahoma and Georgia. Alabama obviously need to work on their offense coming into facing against Georgia. Georgia's got a great defense, but it'll be interesting to see what happens on the defensive side versus Georgia's offense. Georgia's got a great offense. Alabama's got a great defense. A lot of explosive runs by Georgia in the Rose Bowl. A lot of great stops in the Sugar Bowl by Alabama. I like to see those two clash. That's going to be fun.
It will be fun. It will be fun. This upcoming Monday night in Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia will be playing Alabama in an all-SEC matchup. Russell Parker predicted that this would happen, and it is going to happen.
I got my
Definitely now.
wish.
Yeah, you got your wish. You want to see these two teams. And, of course, our managing editor, Kyle Pillar, actually noted earlier yesterday that he didn't think that they would be much interest in an all-SEC matchup. You disagree?
I disagree. 'Cause why not have the I don't think it's really about the interest of the game. I think it's about the best teams playing. And I think Alabama, they defeated Clemson, who was number 1. Georgia defeated number 2 Oklahoma. The bottom 2 in the playoffs are now facing each other for the championship, and the best teams are playing, and that shouldn't be a good argument there. But I really have been looking forward to. I wanted to see Alabama against Georgia in the SEC championship game because I really thought Georgia was a good team this year. Just that Auburn bad luck was there.
Yeah, and it's funny. You just said something that I couldn't agree with more. I do think the two best teams are playing each other. Now, of course, I said I thought Clemson and Oklahoma were going to be in the. I thought obviously all these teams are great. There's no doubt about that. I did think Clemson and Oklahoma would face one another in the college football national championship. However, you got a team that's down 17 points and they win in double overtime. That's a team that wants to win. No doubt Georgia's the better team between the two of them. No doubt about it. I know it was just one game, but they made that very clear. A team that comes back down 17 points and wins the game, they're the better team because great teams know how to win. And then you look at Clemson and Alabama. Clemson's a great team, ACC champion. They murdered. I mean, they really just blew away Miami in the ACC title game. But Alabama comes in and holds them to not even a single touchdown. Alabama proved yesterday that they definitely deserved the 4th seed at the very worst, probably, in the college football playoff, and they deserve to be in this game. I think that it's very clear that the best two teams. You're absolutely right about that.
And even if you want to say where's the interest at in the game, other than that, Kirby Smart was a former Alabama defensive coordinator not too long ago, and he just turned this Georgia program around. So it's going to be interesting to see, I guess, the teacher versus the student, if you will, in this game. And I think Kirby Smart's going to give Nick Saban a run for his money.
I think you are right. Going to be a good game. We've got to ask you now, though. This Monday night, the national championship will be played. This will be the last time we talk about college football until it's over. Of course, next Tuesday we'll have another college football roundup, our last, really, of the season. We'll talk about other things as we proceed. But
it's been one spectacular season, though.
It has been a spectacular season. I will say this is one of the best college football seasons I can remember.
And your team, NC State, had a great season.
Yes, they did. NC State Wolfpack getting the job done against Arizona State, going 9-4 on the season and winning the Hyundai Sun Bowl. And I think big things. I think they have a promising future ahead. They've got a great recruit class next year. I like the Wolfpack. Tar Heels, though, I don't know where you guys are at, but probably not ranked.
They might bounce back a little bit next season.
Hey, guys. You always say, let's wait till basketball season. You got that right. Because there ain't nothing going on next football season. I don't think it's going to be much better for Tar Heels, but we'll talk about that later. In all honesty, though, Tar Heels got a great basketball program. I will say that. They do have a good program this year as well. They beat Wake Forest this past weekend, and I'm just throwing this in there for my politically correct way of saying we like you Tar Heel fans, but not a big fan of Tar Heels, as you can tell. Nonetheless, let's talk about this national title game. Number one, Georgia will become the first team since 1998 to play a national title game in their own home state. That has to be a factor in this game. They're in SEC country. It could not be a more appropriate place to play this game. They sure did. They won the SEC title game in this same building. It is going to be packed, sold out to capacity, the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's the new one, too.
The brand new one.
Alabama has not played in that one yet.
That's exactly right. Georgia and Alabama. Who do you got winning this game for the national championship?
Okay, that's going to be, I'm going to put Alabama on there. Because
and that's your heart speaking.
That's my heart.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of my brain too, but I really am going to watch this game and just sit back and enjoy it because I think it's going to be a pure SEC football game. to the heart. Everything about it is it's going to look great. And
Yep.
I think we've got the best two teams playing each other, no doubt about it. I think it's going to be a close one. I think they'll actually finish the game within a touchdown.
Let me ask you this. Low-scoring game, high-scoring game. What you got?
I think we might see at most 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
each side, yeah.
I actually think this could very well be a low-scoring football game. Alabama's going to, their defense is certainly going to be there just as prevalent as they were last night. Are they going to hold them to no touchdowns? I don't think so.
No.
I think Georgia scores touchdowns. But are you going to have a 54-48 matchup? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think it could be a lot. 3 touchdowns, very, very possible. I think you're looking at your high score in the 20s, your winning scores in the 20s. No doubt about
And
that.
I got Alabama winning that one.
Alabama win the game.
Roll Tide.
I'm going to go with my head and my heart and say that I got the Bulldogs win this game. A team down 17 points, they get back in the Rose Bowl. They win in overtime, the first overtime game, like you said, in Rose Bowl history. 104 years of the Rose Bowl, and it's never been an overtime. Crazy. Georgia made it happen. They won the game. They're hot right now. I got these guys winning the game. Close. Real close.
It's going to be fun.
Real close. Georgia, Alabama, the last game we're going to be breaking down, and it'll be coming Monday night. Next Monday night, coverage beginning at 8 o'clock p.m. on ESPN.
Don't you have some bragging rights, too? You got me on the bowl predictions.
Yeah, you know what? I did. Let's take a look at that on the screen. I went 14-14 overall, but you went 13-15. So, I mean, we were real close.
Oh, yes.
Real close. Yeah, I appreciate that. Try to make me feel good. Because I totally blew the national title game. But I did. We did okay in our bowl bowl predictions this year. And of course, my 14-14 record would have been a lot worse had I not had Friday and Saturday. This past Friday and Saturday, I went almost perfect on my predictions, and then I bombed New Year's Day for overall 14-14 record, and of course Russell 30-50. Not too bad, I don't think.
All right.
All right, folks, there it is. There's your college football roundup, and we have enjoyed bowl season. We're going to be bringing national title coverage to you next Tuesday. We're breaking down all the action, and of course, by the time we do this again next week, there will be a college football national champion crowned. And if this man's got anything to do with it, it's going to be Alabama.
And 47 days to Daytona 500.
47 days.
Everybody updated.
We'll be talking about that in the weeks ahead as well. And of course, today, you've already heard Good Morning Sand Hills has a premiere date. It's Monday, January 22nd. Next week, we're going to be releasing the RO Sports Show premiere date. Excited about that, I'm sure.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Going to be a lot of fun, folks. Stay with us when we come back. Our anchor tonight and chief weather reporter, Kelsey Russian, bringing you your 5-day forecast. Stay with us. We'll be back right after these messages.
With hospice, you guys just outdo yourselves every day. And I really appreciate it. I honest to God don't know what I would do if it weren't for you. The things that you do, I'm in approval of. And thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you.
I'm Kelly. I worked at Champion Ford for 2 years.
6 years.
3 years.
1 year.
I've been at Champion Ford for 13 years.
1 whole year. 15 years.
I'm Jamie and I've been at Champion Ford for 12 years.
I've been here 8 years.
Champion prices, champion service, champion experience.
Get treated like a champion today at Champion Ford. Just down the road from our prices, championfordlincoln.com.
We are Champion Ford.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Today's 5-day weather forecast is brought to you by Richmond County Hospice. So let's just jump straight into weather. It's going to be really cold. So starting with Wednesday, it's going to have a 20% chance of rain with a high of 38 and a low of 21. Thursday, we'll have a high of 37 with a low of 15, as well as Friday with a high of 37 and a low of 14. And then Saturday, a high of 35 with a low of 16. And Sunday will be the hottest day this 5 days with a high of 41 and a low of 27. And Thursday through Sunday is actually a 0% chance of rain. So the only one you have to keep in mind of with the umbrella or anything is Wednesday. But other than that, let's close the show. And a reminder that today's episode is the 99th episode, which means tomorrow's episode is the 100th, which means me and Lance will be there. So keep in mind to watch that episode and see what we got to talk about. Other than that, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you tomorrow.